everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the No Easy Way Out podcast. This is edition number 2 of No Easy Way Out After Hours with the guys here. We're excited, and thank you for joining us. Guys, welcome back. Episode 2. It's good to have you back.
Thanks for welcoming us back, Tony.
It's good to be back.
Do you feel
Great
welcome?
to be back.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
Very welcome.
Everybody
now.
feels welcome?
Yeah.
Good. Now, if you have been following us, which I'm sure you have, we have been trying this new thing called No Easy Way Out After Hours. Easy for you to say. Where just the four of us get together and we just chat about some things. And so the first thing we like to do with this new show is we like to show you some of the work we've been working on lately and kind of watch it with you, our audience, and talk a little bit about it. So we recently had the privilege of doing a website and a promotional video for Roma's Backdoor Owasana. Roma's been around since, I think, like the 80s. Anybody know when they opened? Might say here on the website.
Before me.
Before Jordan, since 1968. I thought it was way before
wow.
the 80s. I should have known that. But we had the opportunity to make their website. So let's first of all, before we look at their website, let's get into this video. We actually took the whole team out, and we did a video and a photo shoot all in the same day. And they literally made every item on the menu.
It was fantastic.
And we got to eat it all.
Yeah.
We got to eat it all while we
So
were
good.
filming and while we were editing. So that's sometimes the perks of the job.
That's a good day.
That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
good day. So let's take a look at this video here.
Since 1968, Roma's has been serving Shiawassee County's finest and freshest homemade Italian fare.
A little loud there.
Classic dishes.
All right.
Lasagna.
So real quick before we continue,
Who's the voiceover, by the way?
The voiceover is the one and the only, the incomparable Tracy Reese. She works for us. She's
Sister
done
of you.
several voiceovers here in the community.
She has.
She's done both Owasso Strong videos. She did Vernon Area Florist, I believe. She did Wooden Crate Popcorn. She's becoming quite the voice. You might call her the songbird of her generation.
Yes.
Some have called
The
her
voice
that.
of the people.
The voice of Owasso. So I wanted to talk about for a second the music. We started out there.
Yes.
We went back and forth on the music quite a bit. You guys remember that? What was the first music was?
I chose a song that was a little bit more Latin.
Yeah, a
and
little
they
more
weren't
salsa.
having it, man. They weren't having
They
it.
wanted a more Italian vibe. So how did we end up on this one?
Jordan?
Yeah, I think I was just like, I just looked at the footage that Zach had cut together, and I was like, well, let's see what would fit here. And I was just hearing big band.
Big
for some
band,
reason. Yeah.
yes, the horns and whatnot.
Big band.
So
I think we also did 3 voiceovers on this. There's at least
that's
2.
right.
There's
Yeah.
at least 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
had to do multiple.
Tracy gave her best.
You get to see the finished product, but you know, there's a lot that
You
goes
don't know what
behind
goes on
the
behind the scenes. That's right.
scenes. Right. So
We had to eat a lot of pizza to get here.
look at these shots. And there's the Chicago style deep dish. Look at that cheese pull.
Fantastic.
Now, that shot was a lot of fun to get because number one, that pizza is amazing. The Chicago style deep dish was actually popular when I was a kid. I'm the senior of the group here, and when I was a kid, I remember that they had a competition. I don't know if they still have it or not, where if you could eat an entire Chicago style deep dish, like eat the whole thing by yourself, because that's a thick pie. Sure. They would give you $100. You didn't have to pay for the pie, and you get a free Roma shirt.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, any of you guys think you could eat the whole thing?
Probably on a good day.
Zach, on a good day, you could
Probably
pull it
on a
off?
good day.
Now there's going to be a bunch of people lining up at Roma's to do this, to try and
yeah.
get the giveaway.
Romans, I think you need to get the giveaway
Bring
going.
that back for sure.
That's a lot of cheese. You'd be bound up for days, I feel like.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw the cheese in that pull. It would be, speaking of bound up for days, we once went on this is a whole nother story, but we're going to tell it anyways. We were on a basketball tournament in high school, and this buddy of mine, he was kind of a clown, but he'll remain nameless for this episode.
Jeff.
But Jeff, you know who you are. We decided to go across. We were staying in a hotel. We decided to go across to the gas station and buy just some snacks for the hotel. And this guy buys a whole block of cheese, like those giant blocks, like the Velveeta, and some crackers. And
Just Velveeta cheese?
like
the
I don't know what kind it was, just a giant block of cheddar cheese.
It was
Still
Amish
okay.
cheese.
And the guy housed the whole thing.
Oh, God.
And literally like a week later, he come to school. He's like holding his stomach. He's like, guys, I've been able to go to the bathrooms.
A week.
It
Unreal.
bound him up for a week. So I don't know if Roma's will quite do that to you, but that's what a block of Velveeta will do to you.
Cheers.
So, anyways, let's get
Yeah.
back. Let's get back to the video.
Don't eat a block of cheese, by the way.
Some peeps enjoying some of your friends there, Dan and Jordan, as our extras.
Feel right at home with great service.
Feel right at home.
Some people like this shot and some people don't.
I like the shot.
Yeah,
So,
I like
so,
it
so
too.
the crispiness of these shots, I mean, they're just so crisp. That's the Sony A7
S3.
S3. I always get it wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
New cameras we just invested in, and you can see the detail that it provides for these shots. It's
Awesome
absolutely
cameras.
incredible.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
The food tastes as good as it looks, I would say. I thought the food was
was
fantastic.
fantastic.
This is the Detroit style. That was the Detroit style pizza they have.
Oh, there's me in
There's
the
Dan.
background.
Yep, blurred out in the background.
We wanted to make sure we didn't get Dan in the video too much.
Delicious.
Here comes the money shot right here. Ready? There it is.
There it is.
The garlic knots. Those are Jordan's favorite.
Everybody loves those.
What a day that was. We just carbo loaded.
It was great too because it was the end of the workday. So like
Yes,
we rolled out there
yeah.
at like 3 o'clock and we just got a good dinner.
Just
Yeah.
lunch, dinner,
get any better
and
than
then
that.
leftovers. We took a bunch
Yeah.
of pizza home with us and food.
Yep. I took some food to my wife. She enjoyed it too.
Strangers become family.
I actually went back and got that drone shot at the end.
Oh yeah, you did. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That we realized we needed a drone shot, and Jordan went in and got it.
He didn't take the easy way out.
We don't do that around here, Zach.
Can't.
We don't do that around
Can't
here.
take the easy way out.
Did you get more food the second time you went back?
I was hoping.
That's why you went back, Jordan. Let's be honest.
Maybe there's some more of that pizza.
What were your intentions?
So I would say if you haven't been to Roma's in a long time, go check them out. The food
Definitely.
is fantastic.
Definitely.
Great Italian food. What was your guys' favorite thing that you tried that day? Anybody?
Wow.
Probably just a Chicago style pizza.
The
That
Chicago
was-
style?
That was incredible.
You rated that. What did you give it?
I gave it, I believe, a 9.2 because it deserved a 9.2. It was fantastic.
Maybe we can pull up that Instagram where you actually rated it.
Maybe we can. We'll see.
We'll see.
Their
Stay
wings.
tuned.
We'll see what the editor does.
If you see it right now, you'll know we did it.
Their wings were really good.
That's
Their
true, the
wings,
wings
are
were
good.
great.
Yeah, and not a lot of people have good wings around here, but they actually do have really good wings.
And their burgers.
Applebee's has decent
Yeah.
wings. I'm just going to come out and say
Don't
that.
bite the apple, Eve.
Yep. Yep. A lot of times you'd go to, a place like that for Italian food, but I had a burger while I was there because they had one sitting out, and that was real good.
I would
That's
say
that's an amateur move to get a burger at.
No, I mean, like,
get a-
they had it there.
It was
nobody,
there, and I
Nobody else
tried
was
it.
eating it.
It was yummy.
I would say perspective too. All of us loved the food, and we got to eat it. It was like an hour or two after it was actually prepared because we had to get the photos for the
Yeah.
website. We had to get all the video. We had to have it for the shots that were staged. So I mean, for it to be that delicious,
it
a
aged
couple hours,
well.
yeah, very
Yeah.
well.
It was
Yes.
aged well, yes. It was like a fine wine.
So if
done,
you're somebody
Romas.
that goes and,
heard.
Instagrams your food a whole bunch before you actually eat it, Roma's.
Roma's, because you're
It'll
good.
still be good.
Speaking
If
of,
you're-
I would say speaking of fine wine, I know they're also growing their wine selection. That was a big selling point for them right now too.
yeah.
Right
yeah.
on.
Yeah. So if you're a wino, get on over.
Who says that?
Well, we went to, actually, my wife and I got to go last night to this event over in Flint at Redwood Lodge, and they had a 5-course meal, and they paired each course with a wine. Of course, we don't drink, so we didn't
So you're
know-
not a wino?
I'm not a wino any
Gotcha.
longer, but
Any longer.
this guy was like super knowledgeable about wine, and he would get up there and he was like giving this whole like spiel about. Now you're gonna notice this wine has a very fruity palate with a.
I love
It's
those
almost like
guys.
biting into a grapefruit, but then you're gonna taste a bit of citrus and some apple. You're gonna notice a little bit of pineapple, which is rare for this part of the country because they don't normally do citrusy. It goes, but it's gonna really make the taste of that shrimp just pop in your mouth, and I'm like. It was making it really exciting. It made
Yeah.
me, even though I don't drink, it made. I was very intrigued by how he was describing it, and it was hard for me to imagine that someone knows that much about wine. I know I'm a big coffee guy, and I've gone to places where you hear people talk about all the flavor notes in coffee, and I love coffee, but I don't taste everything.
Me either.
Like we're gonna taste a little bit of chocolate and some walnut, and over here
I taste coffee.
This is real earthy. I'm like, it tastes like coffee, you know. And
Coffee is coffee, wine is wine.
yeah, the people that can really have such a refined palate that they taste all those distinct notes, that's pretty impressive.
Well, I
to
think
me.
it's more that they know how to make something sound interesting. They're a good salesman.
You think it's not real?
I don't I think it's all a bunch of bull crap.
Or they might be addicts.
They're not. Oh, true.
It's a placebo. You think?
How would you rule that out?
They say it, and you're like,
Oh,
yeah.
no, I
taste that. Yeah.
I taste the earth in that.
I
Yeah,
taste the earth.
That's probably true. I love it when they say earthy. I'm like,
Yes.
earthy, is that really a good taste? Is
that
earthy
really
a
a
good
thing?
thing? Like, I think dirt. Like, do I want it to taste like dirt? I'm not sure. But earthy seems to be a good thing. But anyways, so Dan, you didn't say what your favorite item was. You kind of ditched that question, so you need to bring it all back.
Man. Well,
I dodged the question.
I hadn't had Romas in probably 15 years. I really liked the garlic knots. I found myself continually frequenting those. The Chicago style pizza though was probably the big sell for me.
It's a fan favorite.
And there's no one else around here that does that.
Right.
No, and I actually had Chicago style deep dish pizza in Chicago like a couple weeks before that.
Okay.
And let me tell you, Roma's was better. You know, I've had a Philly cheesesteak
yep.
in Philadelphia, and I think Big John's is better. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yep, I was.
Yeah, so maybe it's just because we're used to it, but
might
O-Town
be.
knows how to bring the cuisines from
right.
other places and take it up a notch.
We have Mancino's. We have all the great stuff in the world right here in
Yeah.
Owasso. So
This is a great place to eat.
come
sleep.
visit us, guys.
Come visit Owasso.
We're lonely.
So, so I think my favorite was I really liked the chicken Alfredo. That was really good. I
Yeah,
think
of
they make
course.
the sauce in house, and so it was fantastic. But
Yeah,
this
we saw him put the flour in the milk and the butter and stuff. So yeah,
yeah, it's not just out of a jar like I make it at home.
Campbell's soup.
But if we pull up the website here, we also designed a website for them, romasbackdoorowasso.com, and you're going to see a lot more of this video footage that we shot. And they got their full menu here. Has their wine selection. Has all of the different items. You can click on these different little things here.
Love that sticky header.
Yeah, the sticky header. For those of you who don't know, that's when the header sticks when you roll up and down. You see that? That's a nice feature here that we can offer you at AZ Business Solutions, a nice sticky header. But this was fun, too, because we had our photographer there. And
Hold on, will you explain the sticky header thing? Because I'm not seeing.
Yeah,
what you're talking
so
about.
you see the header, the video guys, you got to explain everything to them. So this is the header, Zach. You see where my cursor is going there?
Okay, yeah.
Now, a lot of websites, when you scroll up, the header goes away like that.
It did go away.
But watch this. Okay, when you scroll up,
No. It's the
That's
other,
why I didn't know
oh,
what you were
It's,
talking about.
it's the
I was
second
like,
header.
what?
This is what's there's a second header for the menu. That's what's
yes,
incredible.
Oh,
right.
that's
It's the
what's
menu
good.
header, the
Oh.
sticky header.
Oh.
Yes. See that? No matter
Bloody
where,
brilliant.
So instead of having to scroll back up to the top, you can just
just go to entrees. I'm not feeling these, so I want to go to desserts, and then it just brings you right to the
Just right there, yeah.
right
well
to the
done.
deal.
it's a very nice feature.
Now we also had.
Thanks for mansplaining that to me, Tony.
You're welcome. I tend to do that. I've been told on social media. So we also took a lot of pictures. So again, as Jordan was saying, if you like to Instagram your food, you're gonna have a lot of opportunity for
is your
that.
place.
So these were some of our photographers. These are some of our photographs
There's Jordan's hamburger.
taken
Are
by
those
the.
sweet potato waffle fries up there? I see with the
Oh
sub.
wow! I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
Yes,
Roma's
the
Cajun shrimp
po' boy
boy.
with sweet potato waffle fries. Yeah, we didn't get to try everything. We were filling up fast.
I tried that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, and that was fantastic.
Was this where's the burger that he tried?
It was right next to it. Yeah.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
Roma's hamburger, all-American cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Great place.
this right here, this chicken Alfredo was fantastic. The salmon was actually really good too. But these photos were taken by the great Jordan Noble, and
Yes.
she's a very talented person.
Indeed.
We're happy to
Yeah,
work
she
with
is.
as well. So
For sure.
She was
Yeah.
in the podcast one time, wasn't she?
she was episode like 4 or 5. So go check that one out. But yeah, if you're in the area, if you're not, come to Owasso. It's worth the drive. Roma's Back Door. Check them out online. Check out their social media. They have kind of unique hours, so make sure you look to make sure they're open if you're going to make the trip to Owasso. But I would give the food raging thumbs
Big
up.
old thumbs up.
And it was a fun project. Sometimes we love working with restaurants because we got to shoot all that food and take all those pictures. We have a big staff that can come along and eat.
A big staff.
So if you need
Me
help,
and Tony in particular.
that was a fat joke, by the way. All right, guys. So now we are gonna move on to the segment of the show that we call "Rate That." Okay.
Rate that,
Rate that.
gentlemen. If you would reach below your seat, you will.
Dan brought a product for us today.
Love this.
All right.
So I saw that Pringles has a whole bunch of new flavors here, including some that are wavy.
Wow.
Mine's wavy also. I think they're all wavy, right? Oh, no, yours aren't wavy, bro.
Mine
Are
are
yours
not.
wavy?
Mine are wavy.
Everybody but Tony. is wavy.
I just got scorching. Is this like a practical joke on the boss? Nah. Scorching
something like that.
cheddar.
You have a scorching story to share.
Yeah, I do. So
I do.
So this is going to be the first time I've had spicy food in a while because we just recently went on a trip to do a video shoot with the future governor of Michigan, Garrett Soldano. And we were up in the UP and we went to a Mexican restaurant and they had this thing on the menu called mango habanero tacos. I'm like, well, I like mango. I like habanero. I like tacos. How can I go wrong?
How?
So I ordered it and the lady said, well, that's kind of spicy, right?
Just to warn you, they're a little bit spicy.
Yeah, that's
he's like, I can handle spicy.
And
Are
I
you
know we're in
kidding
the
me?"
UP, so it's like where the men are men and so are the women. So I know I probably should have taken that into consideration.
Should've.
But she was like, just so you know, it's a little spicy. I'm like, oh, I love spicy. Yeah. And normally when restaurants tell me it's spicy, it's like, that wasn't spicy at all.
Right.
So I went in full stop. Like, I just went in on the taco. And immediately I start to sweat a little bit. The eyes got watery. The skin got a little balmy, if you will. And
plus, taco to Garrett.
But plus, I had just eaten like 3 bowls of the salsa because we didn't eat for a while.
The salsa
We were
was
driving.
actually spicy. It was good
The
salsa.
salsa was spicy too. So and I like spicy food, but it's starting to do a number on my stomach. So I gave 1 taco to Garrett, and then these guys had a.
He was
bite or
whining.
two.
We're like, yo, it can't be that
They
hot.
they didn't believe me how hot it was. So I'm like,
So
"No
we
way you're
tried
not
it
gonna
too,
try."
and it was hot.
It was hot,
It
right?
was very hot.
It was hot. It was in the high 8s or 9s on the hot scale. So the next morning I wake up and it was not good. Like the belly was burning. The belly was burning.
Oh, man.
And we got down the road I stopped at the gas station and got like 2 big things of Tums, and I just started hammering Tums, and it wasn't helping. Like an hour down Highway 2 in the UP, I was like, Zach, I got to pull over.
So calmly he says that. I'm like, all right. And then he opens the door, and I'm like, you gonna shut the door, buddy? Next thing we know, he just hurling. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Just hurling away.
It was like an exorcism.
It was
So was it hotter
ungodly.
going down or coming up?
It was miserable coming out. And Micah and Zach said they'd never heard sounds like that before.
Never.
Like
Never seen an exorcism before.
it was like the entirety of my insides were trying to get on my outsides, and it
Very
was
disturbing.
It was rough. And so we had to stop multiple times to throw up, and my stomach was wrecked for the entire trip. And we had to drive like another
6 hours home.
3 hours 3 hours to Marquette, 3 hours to
St. Marie.
and then like
Then
4
5
hours.
hours,
Yeah.
yeah.
So and I was
Long
just
day.
miserable. We actually got to one of our destinations early, and I just rented a hotel room for like 2 hours, and they charged me for a whole night. But I just wanted to sleep. I wanted to lay down and stretch out, and then I took one of their pillows. And I think you have
you
that
little
pillow
thief.
now, right?
I do?
I thought you said you wanted the pillow.
Did I take it home?
I think you did. You
I
said
I don't remember.
you said you love hotel pillows, so.
I don't remember any of that. What do you...
So, Benny, it's been since then since I've tried some spicy food, so I'm glad this doesn't just say hot, it says scorching.
So Tony may
that's-
not make it through the entire podcast.
Yeah.
It remains to be seen.
Yes.
So
So I
let's-
got fire roasted jalapeno wavy Pringles
So
over
those
here.
are probably spicy too.
Yes, indeed.
What do you got, Jordan?
I have Moa Burger. This is from a specific place, isn't it? That's a type of burger from a specific place, right?
Moa
It's,
burger?
it's from the Halo video game.
Oh yeah, there's the Halo guy.
You're not a gamer, Jordan.
No.
Yeah, we just talked about it this
What
morning.
is Moa Burger though? Is that something in Halo? Does anybody here play Halo?
I don't.
I've never played Halo.
No.
Oh, it's a mystery. I
Joey,
guess
you
we'll
play
find
Halo.
out.
Our guy behind the scenes. What do you know what Moa Burger is?
He doesn't know.
He's lying. He's lying.
He
It's
definitely
worth it.
knows what Moa Burger is.
I'll do a little Googling, but I got the sweet and spicy wavy
Oh,
barbecue.
you would give yourself the sweet and spicy.
Son of a gun.
Just
Just
describes
like
your
me.
personality. Yes, I am sweet and spicy.
Well, let's try these.
Well, let's pop the top because you know what they say. Once you pop the top, the fun don't stop. That's what Pingo. Oh, right into the mic.
So disrespectful with it.
Ooh. I gotta be honest. That doesn't smell scorching. Oh, yeah. Yes.
So obnoxious.
That could be a music track right there.
Oh yeah. We'll start. All right.
So I'm gonna just say right off the get, like, I can just tell by the lack of redness of this chip that scorching is definitely overselling.
it's
it.
not going to be as
This
hot
is-
as your mango habanero taco.
This is not even gonna be hot as a Dorito. That's my prediction. I could be
All
wrong
right.
though. We'll see how.
One bite. Everyone knows the rules. Wavy fire roasted jalapenos. All right, Frankie. Here we go.
Frankie. Chew right into the mic.
Full ASMR for you people.
That crunch. I'm going 2 bites.
That's a good chip.
Oh.
I didn't eat breakfast. I'm probably just going to keep eating.
Normally, I'm not really into Pringles, but these are solid.
All right.
I like it.
It's got a little, like I can taste a little tingle, like my tongue's saying, yeah. It lets me know there's some heat there. But scorching is definitely not the case. I will say it's building though.
That's what you said about the tacos. I will say it's building.
It's starting to build.
We'll check back in with Tony tomorrow morning.
Guys, one of these episodes we need to do like our own version of Hot Ones. Like we need to get 10 wings and just have a conversation
And they get hotter and hotter. as we
hotter
go.
and hotter.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'll be the first one to tap out.
You'll
I
get the
can
sweet and
guarantee. I get the
spicy for
sweet and
Dan.
spicy ones.
All right, I'm going for number 3
So
here.
as far as chips go, You know, I love Doritos. I love Sun Chips and stuff like that. This is sort of like a middle of the road, like a little better than a potato chip, I would say. I'm gonna go with the first score of the day for the fire jalapeno Pringles. I'm going with a 6.2.
Ooh, that's a low score for Zach. That's a low score.
But it's a score.
But it's edible. It's in the edible
definitely
range.
edible. I
It's
would
in the
say
edible.
like 4 and up is like, okay, I'll eat this.
If you're desperate, you need a snack.
Exactly.
All right.
So we're going 6.2. It's middle of the road.
I'll go with the Scorchin' Pringles. I would say flavor. It tastes to me exactly like the regular cheddar Pringles, but it's got a little bit of heat. I would say on a hot scale, like if one
Crazy hot scale.
yeah, like if 1 is a Dorito and 10 is mango habanero tacos from the UP, I would give this like a 3. Like it's not that it's
So
not
not
that
scorching.
It's not that hot. But as far as flavor goes, I'd give it a 5.5. It's average. It's an average potato chip. One thing I like about Pringles is they're not super messy. And I also like that once you pop, the fun don't stop. So
That's my favorite
that's a
part.
nice feature. That's a nice feature. I'm still having fun. What do you got, Jordan?
So what's your
Jordan-
score?
I said a 5,
Oh,
just an
5,
even
okay.
5. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just an average chip to me.
It's a rookie score, by the way.
So I'm actually really digging this. I'll do an even 7 because
There's the cheeseburger again.
Rookie score.
it's pretty good. It's yeah.
Jordan's a burger guy. We
That's a
learned that.
bounce back from last week. You didn't like the Mountain Dew drink, but you're really digging the Pringles, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
I mean, like
Does it taste like a cheeseburger?
it does. It tastes like a.
It does.
You want to give me some of that cheeseburger?
So I was curious as to what a Moa burger was.
You found it?
Yeah. so you
I looked
found
it up. It says new Halo potato chips taste like space ostrich.
Oh.
Is that what you're getting,
Were
Jordan?
you getting a hint of space ostrich?
A little hint of ostrich in there from space?
It's also interesting to me to make a chip that's based off of a burger in a video game that nobody's tasted before.
Correct. Not even a real burger.
Like
or an animal that doesn't exist, the space ostrich.
It's a flightless bird indigenous to the planet Reach.
it's
That's
a
what it
burger
is.
made with ostrich.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
An indigenous bird. No, it's indigenous to the planet Reach. So Jordan's still going. So the guy that goes to the Italian restaurant and orders a burger loves the fake burger Pringles.
He's all about it.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily order a burger at Italian. It was just there.
That's true. It was there.
You misunderstood him, Tony.
You know,
What am I going to do?
burger's
There's a
there,
burger in
it's
front
He's
of me.
got to
Hey.
eat the burger.
Yeah, but no, this
What
is
would you do in that situation?
yeah. This is really salty. I will say that. But I love salt. So yeah,
Who doesn't?
yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. It's good.
We just want to hear your score, Jordan.
It's a 7. Already.
7.
Oh, you
Yep.
already said that.
Yep.
Yeah, you missed it.
We didn't hear each other's
Yeah, I
scores.
know. Yeah, we're missing that.
All right.
Dan.
All right, so I'm
man.
gonna rate this in 2 ways. I'm gonna rate it on the Pringle scale,
Okay. That's good.
and then I'm gonna rate it on the regular.
But you got to
chip
let us
scale.
know what your normal Pringle scale is.
Oh, I don't like Pringles.
Oh, okay.
I think
Neither do I.
like regular Pringle score would be like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So on the Pringle scale, I would say that these are probably like a 7.6 for me.
Nice.
I would eat this chip on the regular,
I'd eat this chip on a regular.
but
these chips.
but on the chip scale, it's still probably like a 6.2.
There you go. That was my score.
6.0.
Oh,
Wow.
all right.
Look at that.
I knew I'd heard that before.
I'd rather give a
somewhere.
rookie score
I'd rather give a rookie score than to give Zach
just
score.
copy someone.
Okay, I take that back. It's a 6.175.
All right. All right.
That's a great
better.
score.
I'm gonna go back to eating my chips now.
When you bring in 3 decimal points, you're a veteran, so that's good.
Yeah, you've been on the block for
That's
sure.
good. All right, so go out there and get yourself some Pringles. You heard it here.
Not sponsored, by the way.
No, but Pringles, if you want to sponsor, we'll be happy to do that. I would say you want to trust the heaviest guy in the room when it comes to food rating, and I'm giving this a 5. But the cheeseburger one seemed to be the highest rated.
Yes.
But also Jordan gave our energy drink, Mountain Dew Rise, the lowest rating. So
I'm starting to think he doesn't have a refined palate at all.
yeah. Do you have any flavor notes that are coming out in that? Like, does it taste earthy?
Like ostrichy or
Actually, I can't taste anything. I don't know. Just kidding.
Spreading that COVID all over the place.
All right, good stuff. All right, so get out there and try some Pringles. Let us know what you think. Send us a DM, a PM, an IM. Do they still do IM?
What does IM stand for?
IM is a thing that used to be through AOL called Instant Messenger.
Yep.
It was before texting. It was before it was like really when email was coming around. They had this IM where you could like instantly message somebody. And it was it had to be on a computer, obviously before the cell phone world. So if you're still
I'm gonna guess
IMing,
no.
if you're still IMing, IM us about the Pringles. Let us know what you think, and we can bond on that front. All right. Any other thoughts on the Pringles, boys? All right. Jordan's just gonna keep eating during the show. I think you should.
His thoughts are I want to keep eating him.
Like this guy.
There's the episode cover thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's the thumbnail right there. That's the thumbnail. All right.
Brilliant.
Do you guys think you could come up with last week you came up with an impromptu song about Zamboni? You think you can come up with an impromptu song about Pringles?
Are you up for the task?
Put you on the freestyle about the
Or
Pringles.
about ostrich-inspired burger chips?
So we have the word Pringle, burger, and
Ostrich.
well, that's kind of hard to rhyme with. I feel like
Well, Eminem says you can rhyme
Ostrich.
orange with 4-inch door hinge.
I got too many chips in my mouth.
All right. Well, look, if it comes out, just interrupt us and just start telling us about the Pringles.
You just let us know when you're ready.
Yeah. The audience is waiting with bated breath.
So are we.
All right. So now we're going to move on to a segment that we love. We got a lot of good feedback about this one last time, where we're all going to just share some good news. Now, obviously, our world is filled with negativity and negative news, and so we're going to give you some good things. Last week, Dan really knocked it out of the park with this one because he actually brought some good news. We all just kind of talked about things that were happening in our own lives that were good, but Dan, brought it, so he inspired us that maybe we need to step up our game a little bit. And so we're going to just share some things that we feel is good and positive for the world, and that you should know about and you should go look into yourself. So who wants to get us started on this one?
I'll start
All right.
because mine's probably not the best. It's probably the worst.
Way to sell it.
We've had a trailer that has been here at the Armory parked for 2 years now, probably at least.
It's for the farmers market.
Oh, is that what it's
where
for?
they keep all their farmers market
Okay.
stuff in it. Yeah.
Anyway, it's been here. And this morning I saw a U-Haul truck by it, and I was like, oh, dude, they're finally getting rid of the trailer.
Nope.
So it was about to be good news, but I realized that there's people here that are moving all their stuff out, and so the trailer stays. So good news to whoever is using the trailer, I guess.
That your trailer stay. Good
Trailer
news to the
stays.
farmers market because your trailer's still
There
here.
we go.
All right.
I love how you saw a U-Haul and assumed that it was here to move a trailer. I don't often know
That's
people
here for
who-
me. I'm going to give that good news. I'm going to rate that like a 2.7.
I would say a 3.7. Tony.
Okay. Okay.
You're lowballing me.
A
right.
1. Just kidding.
It's actually not news at all because it's not going anywhere.
Exactly. It's a whole lot of nothing. You're welcome.
All right, well, I'll go with mine. My good news is about a year ago, right around a year ago, I got the opportunity to meet a gentleman named Garrett Soldano. Some of you might know who he is. He actually came to Owasso, and I met him through a gentleman named Gordon Pennington and Dave Scarlin, who you might know. We actually all met on the same day, but they had been conversing online. And Garrett started a Facebook group because he's a chiropractor. He was a little bit frustrated with all the lockdowns because it was just killing his business, and so he made as he calls it, a hissy fit group called Michiganders Against Excessive Quarantine. It wasn't against the quarantine, but just the excessive, because at that time the governor was making specific rules about you can go to Walmart but you can't buy paint, or you can't buy landscaping supplies. You can go on a rowboat but you can't go on a motorboat. So he just felt like it was very excessive, like really too much control. And so he made this group called Michiganders Against Excessive Quarantine, and in like 4 days it went to like 400,000 people. And out of that came an organization called Stand Up Michigan. They started to organize, and then he kind of stepped away from Stand Up Michigan as a board member about 6 months ago. He'd had a lot of people ask him to run for governor because he's been very outspoken against our current governor, and he decided that he is going to run for governor. He announced about a month ago.
Yep. Something like
And we've become friends with him. Zach and I have gotten to spend a lot of time with him over the last year, following them around and doing videos. And now we're following him and his team around the state. We've driven like 2,000 miles in the last 2 weeks following them around. But Garrett really just inspires me. He's not a politician. He's just a family guy. He's a great husband, a great father. I've seen him at his clinic with his patients. He's so kind to everybody. And then Zach and I have just got to follow him on the road, and we went to these we drive a couple hundred miles to go to a little diner that invited him to come with like 100 people there. And he would give a speech after driving all that way, and then he would just sit there and talk with everybody that wanted to talk to him, and never seemed agitated, annoyed, bothered. tired, the guys like the Energizer Bunny, and just literally sat there and empathized with everybody. And he hugged people and just really seemed genuinely interested. In the time I went, I probably had like 6 people in the whole trip come up to me and recognize me, some because of the podcast I did about ivermectin. And just in the time of a few people coming up and wanting to talk to me and ask me questions, I found myself like, this is tiring. But he did it for hours and hours and hours. And I think he really just is doing this because he feels like it's a calling. And he doesn't love politics. He doesn't want to be a politician. I've been to his home and to his business. He has a good business and a beautiful home. He doesn't need this. He's doing this selflessly. And, there's people that have mixed reviews about him. But I am really, really pro Garrett. And so I'm excited. I think it's great news that he is running for governor. I personally believe, and I don't really talk about my politics a lot in this, but I think that our governor has gone too far with her lockdowns and the things that she's done. I don't believe that she's followed the science. And you can see the states that have not done the lockdowns the way she has have had much better results. Michigan's had the strictest lockdowns and some of the worst numbers for COVID. And so he's talking that he's going to try to change a lot of that. It's a huge uphill battle for him. It's going to be a tough race. And she's got a lot of money to run, but I'm just excited that you see a person come from the people that's not being raised up. He's just one of us, just a business owner that says, I'm going to stand up, I believe in this, and I'm going to stand up and run. And to me, it's like that quote by Roosevelt that's about the man in the arena. It's not about winning. It's about being willing to step into the arena and take on the fight and do what you think you're supposed to do and follow your gut. And so I'm supporting him. If you want to know more about him, look up GarrettForMichigan.com. You can see his policies there. He's a fantastic guy. He's as real as they come, in my opinion. And what do you think, Zach? I mean, you got to meet him.
I'll second the real part, man. He's a real dude. Like you said, he traveled all around talking to so many people. I mean, that's exhausting, like you said. So, yeah, I love Garrett, too.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Good guy. So check him out. Don't take my opinion. Obviously, make your own choice. But I think he's a great candidate, and I'm excited to see him run.
Yeah, I agree. Garrett's awesome. I'm just going to throw that out there. I've just met him a handful of times. I haven't met him as much as you guys have, but just the few times that I've met him, I've been blown away by his personality, his drive, his passion, his the way that he talks is just, I mean, he delivers an effective message, and I know it's not just talk either. It's what he truly believes.
Well, and he's always interested to just talk to anybody, like person that's not significant, that's not going to necessarily, propel him forward in life. Just a person. He's willing to talk and listen.
Yeah.
And just really down to earth. So yeah.
Yep.
I don't know Garrett at all, so I have nothing to contribute to this conversation.
We'll let you get introduced to him. You'll like him.
Yep. So my good news is I'll kind of piggyback on that. We know that we've been through like a crazy political season and everything, and
For sure.
But politics aside, I know it's often tied with politics, but the whole mask thing. My good news is that masks are coming off now.
Yes.
And that those mandates are being lifted right now, and it's so good to just see people's faces,
yeah.
and to smile and have somebody smile back, and I'm just really, really excited to see the masks coming off.
Yeah, me too. We went to the food truck throwdown in Corona the other night, and I only saw one person there in a mask, and everybody was just there smiling, having a good time. People are still respecting each other's distance, I don't think that COVID is gone. I don't think it will ever be gone. It's a virus, right? So I think people are still trying to be conscientious of it. But seeing people's faces, see people smiling. My sons and I watched a basketball game last night, and it was the fullest arena, other than in Florida, that I've seen in a while. So I think people are getting more and more comfortable to go out. It was very abrupt the way they announced it, but I was excited to hear it. We went to a restaurant last night, walked in, no mask required, and it was awesome. So I'm with you there. It's been cool to see that happening.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome. Well, my news, I came across this article. The headline is, she started out as a school custodian. Years later, she's its most beloved teacher. So it's about this lady named Wanda Smith, and her dream had always been to be a teacher, but after graduating high school, she had to put her life on hold to take care of her mom and to provide for her family. And so she worked at this school for years as a bus monitor and custodian. It's Brenham Independent School District in Texas. And yet she hoped that one day she could become a teacher. Well, 30 years later, she actually went back and got her teaching degree, and now she's teaching at that same school that she was
Amazing.
working at as a custodian.
Wow, amazing.
And so and even during that time, there were several times that the article discussed of when she was in school that her mom ended up passing away. She had other loved ones pass away, so she thought about quitting several times, but she persevered to the end. And 30 years after graduating high school, is able to enter into this position as a teacher. And so the city's honored her. They've designated a day to her in the city, and there's been a bunch of other awards that they've given her, and just a great story of perseverance and not giving up on your
not
dreams.
taking the easy way out.
And not taking the easy
We
way
love
out.
that here. Actually, my good news, I found another article very similar to that where this, it's kind of similar. A 70-year-old woman, grandmother, had decided she wanted to go back and get her college degree. Just
I
because
saw that.
Yeah, and I thought that was pretty cool to see as well. So I love it when people, they have a dream, they have a vision, and they just go for it. Regardless of what people are going to say, whether you should or shouldn't, they just go for it because it's something they're passionate about. That kind of stuff always inspires me a ton. So, yeah. Cool. Well, there's some good news for you. So go look those stories up, share those around on Facebook. Unfortunately, we don't see enough of that today. And so I hope those things will be an encouragement to you. But the last segment of our show is one of my favorites. We do it's just called True That, right? True That. It's like Two Truths and a Lie. It's our version of it.
It's exactly two truths and a lie, but we just call it something
it's
different.
exactly like it. But
No, it's the opposite, right? 2 lies and a truth.
oh yeah, it's
Oh.
two. No, it's
One
two
truth and 2 lies.
No, it's 2 truths.
What do you have, Jordan?
Are you ready?
You have two. No, you have
Do
two
you have a
truths.
truth and a lie, or 1 lie?
You have
two truths and one lie.
Oh,
It's two
So
truths.
there's
The
one-
same thing, same thing as last
And
time.
you got to
Zach.
guess
you
the
had the
lie.
opposite last
No,
week.
I had two. I had two
You had
truths
one
and
truth.
one lie.
You had one truth.
No, there was one lie, Zach.
There was one lie.
Yeah.
The one lie was about the four
I don't know
failed,
why I
the
thought
four failed businesses.
I really thought
So last week I did mine. If you haven't watched it, go check it out.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
Zach,
Sorry about that.
Zach was the one person because he's known me for the longest that I thought would guess, and he didn't. And Dan didn't guess. Jordan was the only one that guessed that the right one was the lie.
So now it's Jordan's time.
My wife watched it and she didn't guess either.
Oh,
so
dang.
that's how good it was. So
Speak of that, you got some fresh Smartridges in there.
I did. Sweet, some smart ridges.
All right.
All right,
we
so
go.
this is actually hard because Dan has known me my whole life. Like we went to a Christian school together back in the day. Like we were little tykes.
Little takes.
So
20
so,
years in the making.
So I'm sure he has to go last
Okay,
because he's
fair
probably most likely to guess.
Fair.
Although I did try to disguise it pretty well. So
Can't let Dan influence our decision.
okay.
I'm still eating some Pringles over here.
Yeah, we
All right.
see that.
So the first one is that I have been to every single U.S. state besides Alaska.
Besides Alaska.
Every single 49 states.
Yep.
What's your favorite
49.
state?
I've never been to Alaska.
What's your
but
favorite state?
Hawaii by far.
How did you get to Hawaii?
I mean, I
Oh, we know
Did
he
you
went to
drive?
Hawaii.
sprouted wings. No, there's the line. I
When did you go to Hawaii?
went to Hawaii. It would have been spring of 2019, and it was our baby moon. And my wife and
What's
I,
a baby moon?
we knew we were going to have a baby, so we decided to take a trip.
Is that a thing? A baby moon?
It is. It's a thing now.
Never heard of it.
I've never
so
heard
I
of a
can't-
baby moon.
I can't weigh in on that.
Wow.
My question, though,
I
Jordan,
should have had
is-
some baby moons. We have 6 of them.
My question, Jordan, is
Never
what
had a
did you
baby
do in
moon.
New Hampshire?
Good question.
It's hard to remember when I was at every state because a lot of them I went to when I was younger.
Such a liar. I wish you weren't a
Which
liar.
state? Which state other than Alaska have you not been to?
He's trying to.
He is
throw
trying
us
to trick
I was
you.
So no, honestly, the way that happened though is because my parents did a lot of traveling when I was younger. So much of that was when I was like 10, 9,
So you-
10.
so
What were your
didn't nec-
parents doing?
We just went on family vacations.
So you didn't
everywhere.
necessarily stop in each state, but maybe you drove through. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of times we would stop because there's things to see in each state.
Do you have the magnet to prove each state? You know, how you get the state
I
magnets.
don't.
The thing that's interesting about this is I've actually been to 48 of the 50 states. I've only not been to Hawaii and Alaska. So I thought I was,
Huh.
So this is what I find most interesting about this.
So pretty much, you're taking your parents' word for it.
I
You
mean,
don't know for sure if you've
parents
been to
could be
all of them, but
lying
they
to you.
told you that you had been.
technically, I guess yes.
I got the question. How old were you when your parents told you that Santa wasn't real?
41.
I was 4.
He's not real.
And that was crushing for a 4-year-old. I
bet.
Yeah.
Okay, so they lied to you for 4 years. So they could have lied to you about the states.
No, they never lied to me. My sister never believed in Santa.
Never.
And she didn't like that she never believed in Santa. So she's 7 years older than me. So she coaxed me into believing in Santa.
I see.
And so then at 4, my parents were, I kind of asked them and they weren't going to lie to me. So
See, for me, I feel like I want the credit when I give my kids presents. I want the
Yeah.
credit. I don't want some other guy to get the credit.
yeah, right.
Okay, so
All right.
all 49 state or
Do you
49
plan to go to
50
Alaska though?
I've never been to Alaska.
Do you plan to go to Alaska?
I would love
Like
to
to
go
check
to
them all
Alaska.
off? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Have
would
you-
love to go
have
to
you ever
Alaska.
been
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, you're
No,
good.
no, you go.
No.
Have you ever been to North Dakota?
Yes. All of the 49.
Zach,
He almost just said all the 50 states.
Zach knows all 50 capitals.
Yeah.
We learned that.
That's impressive.
Watch the last episode to find out.
All right, I don't think I have any more questions about
Nope.
that. I think
Yeah, I'm good, too.
I think that's sketchy, but we'll see.
I don't know if it's sketchy, but
Okay.
it is what it is.
All right. So the next one is when I was younger, my dad bred Labrador retrievers, and we had over 60 dogs. More than 60 dogs.
Like at one time, you mean?
Yep.
6D dogs.
60. Yep. 60.
And they were all real small puppies, of course. Or
Not all. No,
Really?
we had all sizes.
60 dogs, and they were all Labradors.
did you have them all in the house at one time?
We did have one skipper key.
Skipper key.
Yep.
What's a skipper key?
A skipper key is a little black Amish dog. Yeah, it has pointy ears.
Okay, so
Yes.
that was an insignificant detail.
Yeah.
Was that included in the over 60 dogs?
Yeah, because
okay.
more than.
Were they all different kinds of dogs?
No.
Or were they all the same
All
breed?
were Labrador
They
except
were
for
all
one.
the same breed.
Yep, all were Labrador except for we had one skipper key.
So how many male Labradors?
Does it take to make
full-grown adult males did you have?
Who's all involved here?
Because I know,
I don't know that.
a female can only have so many puppies a year. So I'm trying to do the math here to how do you get to 60? Like, because you're breeding them to sell them,
Yeah, what kind of polygamy was happening here?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, were you not selling them? You were,
No, we were selling them. Yeah.
and you
It
had
was-
60 at one time.
That's what I'm saying. That's tough. I mean, how many females did you have that were pregnant at once?
We had I think 5 whelping boxes.
But how many females?
I'm learning so many terms today. Whelping boxes.
So
Moa burgers.
My baby maroon.
5 females then?
it would be 5.
Gotcha.
Occasionally we'd have more than 5, and we'd have to find another spot. But typically we'd have 5 litters at a time.
How many puppies can a Labrador have in a max? Like, what's the most you've ever seen?
Your typical litter is like 9 puppies.
5 times
9
what's that?
puppies. 5 times 9 is 45.
45.
And then the 5 moms, so that's 50.
50.
And then
we're about 10
Is,
short.
is
we
there
got about
one
5
stud?
mi-
Is there one stud just with all the ladies, or
No, we had several. We had
Several?
some, yeah, several studs.
at least
we actually
10?
had some.
We're thinking.
We had some champion studs.
We're 10 short here,
too.
Jordan.
So if all 10, wait, we got to do some math. Because
That's what I'm doing.
if
We're
all
10
the
short.
if all the ladies had the maximum amount,
Right.
that's 45.
The maximum, right?
that's 45.
We don't breed them all like to have puppies at the same exact
They
time.
don't have the same due
Yeah,
date.
but you had 60 all at one time.
And you were trying to sell them.
And that's not even including the puppies.
Wait,
Yeah.
There were roosters. There
Yeah,
were-
because the puppies we didn't like include in that number because we were selling the puppies, and they were
you had-
only there
you
for
had-
like 6 weeks.
so you had 60 dogs that you were
full-
breeding.
Yep.
Oh wow. You
Oh,
guys are
60 dogs that were just the breeding dogs.
You were
the
making
puppies
bank.
weren't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dad,
The puppies weren't included in the 60.
No. The
You had
puppies.
60 dogs.
The
that
puppies were typically only there for like 6
and only
weeks.
5 of them were female.
No.
So you're saying there's
No.
Oh, it's falling apart. It's falling apart.
Five of them would have puppies out any one time. Like we'd have 5 litters at a time.
Right.
That's the way we tried to schedule it. So
oh, okay.
yeah.
So
'Cause we had
only
5.
5 you can be pregnant at one time.
No, you could have more that are pregnant.
Okay.
But
Did you let the female dogs, when they got pregnant, did they get to go on a baby moon?
And where did you take them? Which state?
Which state of the 49 that you've been to?
I like how we're tying this together here. All right, last one. Unless you guys have more
That
questions.
story
on
has some holes in it, but let's hear it.
yeah.
Dan, you got questions about that? You might know the truth. He hasn't asked any questions.
I was gonna say,
which
he
makes
didn't
me
ask
think
any questions
He
about the
might know
puppies.
it's true or a lie.
Is that why
because he
he's
didn't ask
quiet
any
about
questions.
the puppies? Has he seen all 60 of the puppies? 50?
I'm ready for the next question.
Are we allowed to ask Dan a question?
Nah.
Nah.
I
All
don't
right.
think so. Last one.
Okay,
Here we go.
Last one. All right. I once,
When? Sorry.
when I was, I want to say I was 20 or 21. I want to say I was 20.
Okay.
I fell off the roof of a car while car surfing, and I caught it on video, going about 40 miles an hour.
Who videoed it?
Good question. I think, no, I wasn't videoing. We were passing the camera back and forth. It was a buddy of mine.
You were on top of the car with the camera in your hand?
We were literally, I would drive and he would car surf, and then while we were driving, we would flip, and I'd crawl out the window and he'd take the wheel, and then we'd switch, and then I'd car surf, and I fell off.
I'm happy that you're still alive. Number one.
How fast were you going when you fell off?
About 40 miles an hour.
What?
What kind of road was it?
A dirt road.
A dirt road.
Did you go into the dirt road or into like the
I
side?
went right into, well, it was like, it was the edge of the dirt, but I definitely felt the gravel all over my head and back.
How many broken bones?
None. Zero.
Wow.
Yeah.
You drink a lot of milk, Jordan?
I don't.
Yeah, no osteoporosis in this guy.
No, but I felt like my spine was broken.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
I bet you fell off a car you were surfing on, Jordan. That
And-
was going 40 miles per hour.
What made you want to do that?
Good question. I guess we just
Have you never seen his YouTube channel?
Yeah, kick slipper guy.
cool or
kick flipper
something.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Jordan, you've matured so much over the last few years.
It's Sammy. It's 100%
It's
Sammy.
Sam, yeah.
yeah. He's not
What did
kidding.
you do directly after this? Like you fell off the car, you're like, oh, I hit my, hit my head, hit my head, my spine might be broken. What'd you do after that?
So, okay, as soon as I hit the ground, I tried to stand right back up. Like I'm okay. But I could not stand. Like I instantly,
felt like
I
your
was,
spine was
I was
broken.
like up and then immediately back down, and I just laid there for a minute, and then they came back and they like were trying to like get me up and stuff like that. And then finally, when I could walk, I walked to the car, and then they drove me back to my friend's house, and I just laid on his couch, and they brought me ice and stuff. So
No need to go to the hospital. It's possible our friend's back is broke. He can barely walk, but let's
Yeah.
just go lay him on the
So
couch.
there was one person driving the car and one person surfing on top of the car. Who was videoing, Jordan?
yeah, there was 3 of us in the car. So there was
So someone was in the car videoing, like
Out the
you on top
window.
of the car?
Is there
out the back window.
is there video of this today?
Yes, there is, but no cheating.
Yeah.
You can't search for that right now.
Oh, it's on YouTube. So the thing that's tricky about this is like the premise of the story could be true. There could be details that are a lie. So
Well, up until now, I thought there were just 2 people involved, but now there was 3.
yeah.
Now there was 3.
Now there was 3.
Could there have been 4?
So what was the end goal for this whole project? Just to have some fun or to make a sweet video content for the YouTube channel? What were we doing here?
Boys being boys.
We were, yep, exactly. Boys being stupid young boys.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think right now we cue the song "Let the Boys Be Boys."
Real quick, what was the first one again? The first.
The first one is I've been to 49 out of the 50
yeah.
states.
Okay, I think I have my final answer. I'm ready if you guys are. He's looking for boys will be boys. He's not afraid of the copyright strike.
I'm not.
Who's this by?
Slam.
YouTube just threw a copyright strike on you.
Did it? Let the boys be boys. That's a good song. Slam.
Yeah.
Let the boys be boys. It was written about Jordan's little fall on the.
Indeed.
Okay, so
Where are you at, Tony?
we got 49 states. Mm-hmm. We got
50
49
puppies.
or 60 puppies. All these include
Was
numbers.
it 50 or 60 puppies?
Over 60 dogs, full-grown
60
dogs.
dogs.
49 states, 60 plus dogs, and 3 friends in a car. That was 2 at the beginning.
So for me, the dog seems the most likely to be a lie, but I can see that though, because you guys have a big farm and all that kind of stuff. No, that's your in-laws.
Correct.
That is, our current farm is my in-laws, yep.
So this was at your parents, not your in-laws, right?
Right.
So maybe it's a little bit less believable then. Because I can see at your in-laws for sure. For sure.
This is tough. All
right. So for me, I'm going with the second story, the puppies
Okay.
or the dogs was a lie.
What part of it was a lie? The whole thing?
Well,
Or
I
just
just
the
think there
number of
was
dogs?
there was some holes when we started to dig. I think there was some moments where Jordan was like,
Yeah. No,
So that's, I mean, the other two seem as legit as can be.
Too
And
legit.
so that's the only one that's all I got.
Well, I feel like last week 2 people guessed the same and one. So I feel like I'm gonna. Although I tend to think that that's probably the lie. I'm gonna say the 49 states is a lie. I think you've been to 46 states.
It's a bad lie, though.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with you have not been to 49 states.
Dan the man.
The first one is definitely the lie.
The 49 states.
49 states,
He stayed in
100%.
Owasso his whole life.
100% a lie.
He's never been out of Shiawassee County.
He's only ever been to Hawaii on a baby moon.
Let's hear it.
Are you ready?
Yep,
I'm ready.
excited.
I knew Dan was gonna get it, but yeah,
I
so,
got it.
Yep. I've probably only been to like 30 states.
30 though.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah,
Still a lot.
yeah. No, and we did travel a lot when I
thinking-
was younger, but I have not been to that many. I've like never been to New York and stuff like
So
that.
the 60 dogs
let me tell you what
situation.
Go ahead.
I want to hear about that more.
yeah,
You got 60 dogs in the house.
But listen, that's what
not the house.
Oh, they're outside.
We had a kennel,
They're
yeah.
all outside.
That's what got it for me because I thought people that have 60 dogs can't travel to 49 states. There's no time.
But he
It's
was
a lot
a
of
kid
kibble.
when he traveled, so it could have been a different time.
a lot of kibble.
Yeah, it could have been a different time.
Yeah. How long would it take to accumulate 60 dogs?
They had a ton of dogs. Not just dogs. They had ducks, tons of ducks.
Yep, chickens, ducks.
They had like 60 storage units.
Yep.
They were, yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
They were the kingpins of Oakley, Michigan.
And
Nicely done, Jordan.
Sovis Insurance. Is that you?
That was my grandpa. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's amazing. Like I said, the thing that is interesting is I have been to 48 states, but mine have just been like we used to do road trips, and sometimes we're like, oh, if we drive 20 miles this way, we could drive through South Dakota, and so we would just do it to say we've check it off our list. But I've never been to Hawaii or Alaska, and it sounds like I need to plan a baby moon. I have 6 to make up for.
So
You
here's
need to go to Hawaii.
here's the
Don't tell me what I need to do.
You need to go to Hawaii.
here's the real question: who wants to see Jordan car surfing?
Yes, let's pull that
Oh,
up.
you have the
please.
video.
We need
Oh,
to see
good
video
Lord.
evidence of this.
So I'm 0 for 2 on this thing now, man.
Is it on YouTube? I'll just pull it up right here.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, but this
airdrop you.
I see. Yeah, airdrop it to me, baby.
The title is Car Surfing Gone Bad.
It should be called Slam. Let the boys be boys. Car surfing gone bad. Let's see what comes up here.
It's marked as inappropriate.
There he is, first one.
Is this the first one?
Yep.
Yeah.
15,000 views.
Oh wow, that's some content about the 15. Oh, I understand.
I
I wish to
understand, yep,
proceed.
yep.
I can handle it. I just ate some.
Hold up,
I just ate
I
some
can handle
scorching chips.
Dumbest idea in the world.
Oh, we have no sound.
There's Jordan. Yep.
Look at that hair.
Yeah.
Head banging.
What are you guys rocking out to there?
Some techno song.
Some
Here he
house
goes.
music. Oh my goodness. We're about to watch our friend die.
Take the wheel, Jimmy.
Jimmy, take the wheel.
That was Alfred, right?
Yeah, I pretty much just stood. That time I just stood for like a second and then got right back in.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's not Jordan.
That's Joe.
Oh, it's Joe.
Joe. Yep.
Joe's the first one up to bat. He doesn't stay on very long.
This is some redneck stuff. How
Yeah,
many
it was.
Labatt's Blue Ribbon were involved in this? Pabst.
Oh man,
Here
here it
he
comes.
goes.
Here it comes.
Wait. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, he was real excited
He's
about it.
dead.
He was
Oh, he
real
stood
excited.
up. Oh, then he hunched. Oh, the guy's like,
Oh, and there's the aftermath.
oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I think that you
got
were maybe
bloody
going.
married.
Maybe you were
It's
going
like a light rash.
It was like 20 miles an hour.
No, it was definitely like we were pushing 40.
Well, you said
They were pushing
45, so that was actually 2 lies and 1
I didn't
truth.
say 45. I said 40.
He definitely said 40.
That's an unfortunate.
Any
spill.
faster on a dirt road would have been reckless, so I'm glad you guys were keeping it under 40.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
No,
No.
not at all. That was the stupid.
Were your friends like super freaked out? Were they like, dude, that was awesome?
No, you could hear in the video they just were laughing as soon as I
course,
fell.
yeah.
They were like cracking up.
Yes.
That's how guys are, man.
Wow. Kids,
Yeah.
do not try that at
No,
home.
don't.
I haven't seen that.
How old were you?
Like 20.
Wow.
I hadn't seen that in 11 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's amazing, Jordan. That's amazing. Well, I'm glad you're still with us today.
Thank you.
We're gonna measure the views now to see how many people actually watch the podcast to see. how
Yeah.
we go. Look at
It's
the
about to
video.
go from 15,000 to 15,012 overnight. Overnight. So
Unlimited.
unlimited. Yeah, we can talk about that video next time. But all right, guys, any closing thoughts for our fans out there watching today?
If you listen, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you, every last one of you. And yeah, thank you for joining us. As my mother always said, Zach,
Debbie said you can't and never could until you tried.
so go out there and try something great, my friends, and don't take the easy way out.
We'll see you next time.